Boom! Back in the tube. Gotta be bold and conscious in your endeavor. Very important. That's the subject of my little intervention here in the tube this morning. Morning again. I think I'll forget about that word. Will be easier. Yeah, because I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by a conscious endeavor. We can all elevate our life. The only reason why we don't elevate our life is we are comfortable with our present circumstances. And nothing comes to challenge us to get out of this preconceived box or cage that we put on ourselves. Because it's mostly something society put a part of the cage, but I mean, it's us that is very responsible for keeping the cage alive and perpetuating the cage and putting a cage after on our children. That's not only that you impose a cage on yourself, but you impose it on your children also. Most parents will teach their fears to their children. We'll put them on TV. We'll put them on nonsense. All the fears, everything that is there to harvest your emotions, to create fear and doubt inside you. Well, and most parents will just teach that freely, like that, unconsciously to their children. That's why the moment you begin to embark on an endeavor of awakening awakening. I think we can call it awakening. Very important to become very conscious. It's going to come anyway. I think the whole thing about discovering, remembering who we are, is come also inevitably with becoming super conscious. Like at one point, this is what we become, is super conscious man, super conscious man and woman. That's what we need to really affect, because what's going on is there's so many vibration going in the direction of the evil stuff on earth that it's gonna take a big amount of the same opposite vibration of good to overcome these forces. It's all a matter of vibration. So the moment we can see what the game is about, we can see through we can lift the veil of ignorance, because we're very, very ignorant and arrogant. Very ignorant and arrogant, most of us. Most of us, we think we know everything, and that everything is, as it's given to us. This is what also construct a very false idea of reality as we grow up into this world, is we are constantly fed lies and false truth. And that's why even on the flat earth topic on YouTube, you have to be very, very use scrutiny and use your own senses and use your own deduction and your own judgment and do your own, because all there is CGI again. This is my point. My point is not because there's no truth in there, but all it is CGI, and just like we have no picture of the earth. As far as I'm concerned, it's not because we're into flat earth that now we have a picture of the earth. So, until I see a picture of the earth in its whole, in its totality, I cannot tell you anything about it. I can only speculate. On it and give you my opinion on this stuff. But it's mostly by your own internal journey and endeavor that you're gonna discover the truth, because it's something you have to feel. The truth is for those who seek it. It's not for people who are distracted all day long. People who are distracted all day long on TVs and stuff like that, they don't care about the truth. They don't care. They don't even care about themselves. They don't even care about themselves. So it's very, the detachment, the separation, the separation that we are experimenting altogether with ourselves and the rest of the world is very profound. The separation is so big. But at the same time, it can be very easy also to reglue the pieces together. It could be very easy to reglue the pieces together if you give yourself the chance to brighten up your brain or something. Morning sneeze attack, I guess. That's how we call them. Yeah, I'm back. I think every time I come on YouTube, I have a sneeze attack. I don't know why. That one you can tell. It comes in destabilize. You know what? What's the speed that's coming out when you sneeze like that? I think it's 160 kilometer an hour. Very very fast. That's why it's important to put your hand in front of your mouth or something when you sneeze like that. Yeah, you know. Anyway, never mind the sneeze. We're gonna be bold. We're gonna be bold. Yeah. And what I was saying, I don't remember. I kind of lost it. I lost it with my sneeze attack. Success truly is the result of good judgment. Good judgment is the result of experience. And experience is often the result of bad judgment. Listen to this. That's a good one. I love one. Big up Leslie. Big up Vince. I see you in the chat. Big up, and there's probably 2, 3 others viewer live. Good day, everyone. Yeah, it's me, your host. I'm back. Success truly is the result of good judgment. Good judgment is the result of experience. And experience is often the result of bad judgment. Yeah. You know, you're gonna gain experience with the not the bad experience, but the bad judgment that you're gonna have in life for sure. It's gonna bring you a whole bunch of experience. But if you're not willing to make a decision and to make to at one point decide, we must decide to decide. It's simple. Decide to decide. Decide to decide that you're gonna decide. We will either find a way or make one. That's it. That's it. That's all. We're not here to. We're not here to be slaves. We're not here to be slaves. Slave of that mental slave, first of all. But there's also. But the mental slavery will bring you to do all the physical slavery also. So use whatever life gives you in the moment. The truth of the matter is that there is nothing you can't accomplish if you clearly decide what it is that you're absolutely committing to achieving. You have to be really, really committed to what you want to achieve. If you're not committed, I tell you, it's got to be something you can do 7 days a week without being paid with a smile on your face. What is that? That's what you have to find. Maybe not 8 hours a day nonstop, but I mean, it's something you get to put a smile on your face without being paid. What is it? You are willing to take massive actions. Massive, not just little action here and there. No, massive action. You've got to become a tsunami with your project, with your goal, with your dream, with your, be you in the world where that's all we need. We all, even me, I'm waiting for myself. I always say we are waiting for people to share inspiration and stuff. But even me, I'm waiting for myself. That's profound. That's profound what I'm saying there. It's very, that's what it is. I'm waiting for myself to wake up. This is another thing in my journey that I've realized, I thought in my life that I had to look outside of myself for some kind of savior or some kind of for people to help me get out my misery. Always we always look outside like we think people are going to come and save us and stuff, but it's up to us. It's up to us to be bold and save ourselves. You notice what's working or not. And you continue to change your approach until you achieve what you want using whatever life gives you along the way. You don't have to freak out and be perfect and go start to buy all kinds of stuff. Start where you are with what you have and never be satisfied. Never be satisfied. Cat is here. The awakening. Hello, guys. Yeah. In order to succeed, you must have a long-term focus. Long-term focus. Success and failure are not overnight experiences. It's all the small decisions along the way that cause people to fail. All the small decisions. It's not about the big whoa at the end or the big. No, it's about all the small decisions that you're going to take. So it's every decision you take along your journey, not that you have to freak out and only think of taking right decision or stuff like that. You take decision, and whatever comes your way after, you handle it. Like if you're capable to do, if you're put on a path, it's because you can handle it. The divine or the creator or the force or call it the source will never give you more than you can handle. So you're not here to freak out and start panicking and having fear of passing out because you're going to start speaking your mind. Nobody's going to pass out. At first, I thought I was going to pass out doing this. Before I started on YouTube, I was so freaking nervous, I thought I was going to pass out. But it's just something, it's just because we haven't experienced. Every time that we experience something new, it's challenging because it's outside of our comfort zone, whether it's new food or even especially with new food, when it's time to change the diet, because now we're getting out the comfort zone. We're going to introduce new food that we've never ate before, but also you're going to become someone you've never become before. That's the thing. You're not going to look like a pizza anymore if you start eating broccoli and kale and juice and and good stuff, ginger and stuff like that. You're going to glow, you're going to radiate, and all that radiation, that radiating energy will come out into the world like it does now. That I take the energy of the sun and the food and the good food, I put it in me, and it's coming back out, the energy, and it's going back into you. The energy flows. The energy flows. That's why the more people that show up, the more energy I have, the more I'm going to be pumped up. Imagine when we have 100 viewers live here, how I'm going to be on fire. But that's it. I feed on that energy. That's what we do. You know what they do when they do concert? That's what they do. They feed on your energy, on the crowd. It's the same thing, but I'm giving you something in return also. I'm giving you my energy in return also, so you benefit also. It's a two-way thing. There's a very, very thin line in between motivation and manipulation. Very thin line. A lot of people are out there to manipulate people. When you manipulate people, you make them move for a self-advantage. When you manipulate people, it's for your own advantage. But when you motivate people, it's for what I'm doing here. It's two ways. Like I get super motivated doing them, but you get also the feedback, and that's it. That's what it is about. It's not about freaking out and seclude ourselves because we're afraid to speak to the world. We're afraid if people are going to like us or if people are going to listen to us, or just speak your mind. Just go out, take the camera or whatever. Take a pen and paper and speak your mind on paper if you want. That's as good. I love to read people that are very, very... There's good writers out there. Very good writers. Me, I'm not so much the kind of guy that will write. I like to speak. That's my thing. Conversely, success is the result of making small decisions, deciding to hold yourself to higher standard. And this to hold yourself to higher standard. And this is the hard part, is to keep the high standard, because everything is on low standard in society. Everything is low vibration, low standard, low this, low that. Everything is on the fallen state. So to keep yourself at high standard in this society is really a challenge. Is really a challenge, but it makes you feel good. Also because you're getting out this darkness Babylonian society that you have experienced all your life. All you have experienced all your life is some kind of illusion. So it feels good to get out of it, to get in touch with reality, to get in touch with real stuff. Just appreciate the sound of the birds and the waves and the nature talking to you and listening to you, and realize that everything is conscious, that nature is watching you, and you shouldn't be so arrogant and so anyway. So you shouldn't lose your way, because there is a way. There is a way. We all have a way. We all have a way. I think either it's pre-written for us, and we must, go into action to make it happen. It makes sense for me, because everything that has happened so far, I can join the dots and tell you why it happened that way, or why this way or this way. So if you're capable to join the dot, looking backward. Hold on. Need a sip. That's my ginger tea, but I put it in a big beer cup. It's a big beer buck. I don't drink beer, so I'm not a big drinker. Like I drink beer maybe once a week. Once a week, twice a week, I'll have a beer, but it's not my favorite thing. I prefer smoke weed. I prefer smoke marijuana. It's more uplifting, more less down, and less. Especially once you're on the, like I showed you my medicine from MedRelief. Deciding to contribute. Yeah, deciding to contribute. Contribute, isn't it? That should become something that we all do from the heart. Is contribute to the world. To the world change, to the world change, to the world enlightenment. Yeah, we should all contribute to that, and this is what we have to do. This is our job, is to carry the truth. You are the truth. Your job is to carry it, and to carry it is to contribute. How do you contribute? By attaching no more vibration to the overlay and waking up yourself. waking up yourself to what's going on, and stop attaching vibration and start to contribute. Decide to contribute. You don't have to ask permission. You're here. This world belongs to you. Belongs to me. So it's your world. It's my world. So you have to make it the best that you can during the time you're here. Don't feel small. Don't feel small. You can maybe feel small sometime because the world is big, but don't feel small. You are bigger than life. You are bigger than life. You are the truth. You are the truth. You just don't want to see it. Don't want to look in the mirror, or don't want to do the effort to realize that, hey, I can bring something. I know I can become a superhero here. Anybody can become a superhero. Anybody can become the greatest version of themselves if they give themselves the chance. It's all about, are you going to give yourself the chance to become the person you always wanted to be while you have still breath going into your nostril? It's never too late. It's never too late, no matter the age you are. It's never too late to take a new turn in life, to make some change, to make some lasting change that will give you, while you're here on this journey in this body, you must, this is a journey, this is an experience. You must experience it. But also, you must find the meaning in that experience. What is the meaning in that experience? Love. Love is the meaning. Love is the meaning of that experience, and that's what we have lost. So we have lost the experience. We're not experiencing the experience anymore. We are lost in fantasy and fairy tales and stuff by Babylon, and we don't experience the real vibration of life. The life. So many of us are stuck in mediocrity, the mediocrity of the mind, mediocrity also with life, and it's easy to, but it's not easy. It's easy to start, but I think it's harder in the beginning than it is at the end, than it is for sure. The hardest part is to probably to take the decision. To take the decision to say you're gonna become something more, and you're gonna become that greatest version of yourself. I think this is the decision to take it and to say, okay, now I'm gonna set my life as an example. This is what it is. This is what I have in mind. I always want to set my life as an example, and not that I'm perfect. I'm not perfect, and it's not about being perfect anyway. I don't preach being perfect. I'm not. Look, I have a regular life like everybody. I just, but I am perfect. I am perfect. I should not say that I'm not perfect. I am perfect, but I have an imperfected soul in a perfect body. That's what it is. I have to perfect my soul. The rest is perfect because no one has the same fingerprints as me. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm perfect. I don't need nothing to be plugged on or anything. I function. My heart beats by itself. I go to bed at night. I lose complete conscience. I'm not there at all, but I wake up in the morning and I find back that same guy that I found back the day before. So consciousness doesn't exist. Explain that to me. Why, when you go to bed at night, you black out totally? Me, when I go to bed, I don't remember. I'm so stoned when I go to bed that I pass out, and I don't. It's rare that I dream. I usually think. I usually think at night, but yeah. So why? What is it that? Anyway, so much confusion, so much that we can, start to explore, to rediscover, especially ourselves. This is what we have forgot. We know we're so much in the always looking external for external outside of ourselves to, I don't know, come and comfort us to so we don't step to our calling, step to our greatness, and we don't take a leap, and we don't. But they keep, the program happened young also. From a young age, we've been indoctrinated and believing that we are grain of sand floating in space. So it's very hard to find a connection. This is what the flat Earth brings also, and that's what it brought me. It brought me a great connection with who I was, with where I was. Not that I really know where I am, but at least I have an idea that they're lying to me. I'm not a monkey on a ball flying through space. That's for sure. Forget about that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Complete fairy tale. Complete fairy tale floating on a ball. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Floating on the ball, spinning faster than the speed of sound, traveling through the sky. I don't know, through galaxies, but they know all that. They know all the speed, all the numbers everywhere, all the galaxies far away, but we have no picture of the Earth. Make me laugh. Make me laugh. That's a freaking joke. That's why they make fun of us, because we're so dormant, so sleeping, so we're dead. We're living dead. We don't ask questions. We don't. They give us something on TV, and oh yeah, people were believing that people have landed on the moon because they heard it on the radio. That's freaking insane. But that's what the world has become, a bit filled with insanity. But insanity is sanity. That's my bro. What's his name? Insanity, sanity. What's his name? I don't remember. I'll remember. Hold on. So yeah. So what was I talking about? The small decisions create the life experience we call success. Deciding to feed your mind rather than allowing the environment to control you. That's very important. Is the environment controlling your thoughts, controlling everything you have in your mind on a daily basis? Is it what happened in your life? Are you a robot plugged on TV, or you can feed your own mind with proper knowledge, do the proper research, do the by proper research. Again, it's doing your research. You're gonna do the research you do. I'm not here to tell you what's a good research or not, what's proper or not, what's good or not. You decide that for yourself. This is a journey. Everyone, it's not up to me to make sense of your journey. We all have each our journey to make sense and to return home, and to we all we're all going to take different path to go back home. Also, we're not going to be all on the same path. So it's very important to embrace our difference and embrace our all our uniqueness and our way to that the way that we take to go back home, to go back to our natural essence. Many people will be a little bit more confused. Others will be less. Others will be very enlightened. Others, but it's gonna come in the due time. When an experience is due to happen to you, it's gonna come to you. If you're here listening to me, it's because and you didn't stuff like the other day, weed overdose. I think came here. I think I see him. Yeah, he's there this morning. Big up, big up, big up. He came here the other day, and I don't think he was aware of the flat earth, of the lying, of the ball of earth being a lie. So if you're here listening to me to those stuff, it's because this is what also people refuse. Usually, what people should use are the things they refuse, and that's what Bob used to say in one of his songs. The things people refuse are the things they should use, and this is the same thing. Like, that's why we're in that confusion. If everything is yeah, big up, bro. Yeah, yeah. This is it. If you're ready to have this experience, don't this. There's always someone in your life that's gonna come each other. This is what we are, divine creatures coming to earth. We have very big problem. It's hard to go out also and affirm that. It's hard for me to, not hard, but it's like I've got to overcome the fact that everybody is sleeping dead dormant, and that we are God and goddesses, and we can't be afraid to admit it. But this is where also we're afraid to admit that. This is the scary part. This is the part where it gets like where people are going to look at you and say, who the fuck do you think you are? Is saying you're God. But we are all God and goddesses. Do you see any God here? Me, I don't really believe in God and their God. Their God is Lucifer. So that's God. That's God, that's Lucifer. If you talk about the divine, the creator, this is a different thing. But again, it's just a word, but the representation behind the word God is their God. So, it's important to realize that it's because they don't want you to discover that this is what you are. Why would another man be more intelligent or have more power over me than myself? Why should a man should have power over another man? This is total nonsense. Total nonsense. Total nonsense, but we have let that happen. We have let that happen, and now we're trapped in sorrows and in despair and desperation, and most people are living a life of misery, suffering. There's so much suffering on earth. This is another thing also why most of us are coming out, is maybe we are getting very irritated with what's going on, in the world. We're getting very, very irritated with all the suffering, and we are feeling it. Once you wake up your conscience to a higher level, you will attach yourself also to other vibrations, and you will feel those vibrations. I feel the pain from people in the world, for sure. That's why I'm coming here to for us to one day, because I know that the pain and suffering as a root. There's a root to the pain and suffering that we are experiencing here. And this is the part that sometimes we forget, that there is a cause for what's happening, and the cause are the lies. The lies that this society is feeding us. The government is telling you. The government is telling you lies. That's all they do. They lie. They lie constantly. And they lie about the schools. They lie about everything. They will lie about everything just to control your mind. just to control your mind. That's what governments are there for. But the government, again, it's us, the government. We have, you even go and vote for them. It's crazy. No? You know how far deep we are in the path of unconsciousness. There is we even go vote for them. It's pretty deep. Like, when you look at what's happening in the world and the way people are, when you look at your life, the way you live, the way you see the world, and then you go out and venture in the world and start talking to people, you realize that, whoa, what's going on? Why people have such a low mindset, a low vibration. No, you know, I think it's the whole mindset of the reset of the mindset of the humanity that needs to be done. We need to reset the mindset. But how does that happen? How are we going to reset the mindset? Maybe if you start resetting your own. Maybe if you start resetting your own, rewriting the blueprint of your mind and unplug from the Babylonian stuff. Pull the plug from Babylon. Very important. Babylon is very wicked, very wicked. And if you can't see through the illusion, you live in an illusion, and you will live in a fairy tale, blah blah blah, la la land, and yeah, the whole thing. It's just illusion. It's just and after that, what do you experience? This is your reality. This is your reality because you think that uh, all that they say is going to happen one day, like space invaders and stuff like that. You think there's aliens. You think there's comets that's going to hit the earth. And all this is your reality. This is what you bring forth in your reality every day. It's the fear attached to this. All the fear attached to this, and then you live your whole life in fear and fear of that, fear of this, fear of that, fear of everything. But when we realize that we are in the now, and in the now, everything is possible, everything is okay, everything is fine. We all have problems. Yeah, we all have ups and downs. If you have no up and downs, because you're dead. Once you have no more. But me, I prefer to say I have high, and low highs. But when I have no more low highs and low high and high, it's because I'm in the ground or I'm burnt or I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But the soul will survive for sure. The soul is going on another trip after. Yeah. That's what I'm excited for. But I'm excited for what's going on here. But I mean, I know it's just another experience after, so I have no fear of death. I don't fear death. I don't fear anything like that because I live life fully. I live life fully every day. Every day I come here and speak my mind, and it makes me feel alive. So I don't fear death. I know what it is to live. I know what it is to live. To me, living, yeah, okay, might be. I would like to live a little bit more, like travel the world. But to me, living is living. Speaking your mind, also being able to be yourself. To be yourself and allow yourself to radiate in this beautiful world with the beautiful family that we are. Yeah. Comets, alien, left my ass up there nuts. I know it's crazy all the stuff that they give us about this ball Earth, and they make us want to agree with all this and just make that our reality. But we have woken up. We have seen through the lies. It's okay. Now we're on a path of returning home. We're on a path of returning home. We're on a path of mastering our minds because it's a mind game. I've say it often. This is why we're gonna do more work together, and we're gonna enlighten ourselves on a very, very like I don't intend to come here and create distraction. It's not a distraction show. It's a show that, but it's not a show. It's more a little. I don't know how to call it. It's a chat. It's something very. It's a moment very very special for sure. So I'm letting you go because I got stuff to do today, and yeah, it's a short one, half an hour, a little bit more. But I'll be back maybe tonight or if not tomorrow morning. And tomorrow I'm going to be on an interview also. I've been asked to be interviewed. The post is on my Facebook. Mahet, I think his name, something. I have to check. Hold on. I'm going to check. I'm going to tell you. Yeah. On the couch, I said. COTCH, the couch or the couch, with DVG episode 6 featuring Jenny Clooney of the Truman Show, where we will discuss spirituality, consciousness, and reggae Rasta movement with Mehmet Devici. Yeah, Mehmet Devici. On this channel tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there at 3 o'clock. Yeah, my same time that I do my talk here. But I'll be on this channel tomorrow, so you can just gonna ask me a few questions, and that's it. It's gonna be very relax as it is always. You know, that's what we have to do. Relax. That's why we are here, not to stress, but to relax and enjoy life. Joy and happiness. That's all we need. He's out.